Good evening. This is Michael Mitchell with Madison County Weather Updates. It's about 8:35 p.m. as I'm doing this. Kind of touching base with you on what's going on with our snow system. And of course, we got a very quick burst of snow at the beginning of this when things changed over. That was to be expected. I picked up about an inch and a half pretty fast. I have a good sheltered spot in my backyard, although the wind's starting to get to it now. But I was able to get a good measurement around 7 o'clock. It was about an inch and a half. And what we're noticing is that the snowflakes have gotten a lot smaller and a lot less intense. We're starting to see some voids in the radar out to the west. Even a lot of that where it's showing no snow, there's still snow. There's just not very much. And so what's going on is the cold air was right on time. The low pressure was in a great position. It's starting to deepen, but it's starting to deepen a little too late, about 60 to 90 minutes too late. So the heaviest snow is now targeting far eastern Indiana and western Ohio instead of the majority of Indiana. There's a secondary low down to the south that was supposed to and may still spin some moisture in and fill back in here overnight. So we'll wait and see what goes on with that. That was on down here in the south, and you see there's a lot more snowfall down here across southwestern Indiana, southern Illinois. The question becomes, some of that energy is trying to creep its way to the northeast. As it does, and that strengthens a little bit, will it begin to fill some of this in back here over central and western Indiana, or will this just kind of crap out on us and we get a couple inches of snow and that's it? Any way you slice it, this is it's not, the road conditions are already horrible with no more than we've gotten, so it may be a good thing that we don't get a ton of snow, because that would make things even more treacherous than what they already are. I think Madison County is already in an orange travel status, and I expect that to go red. The reason being, as we switch over here to this radar, to the radar scope app, as we look back here, we can see where the band of snow kind of cuts off here. This back in here, there are sustained 20 to 30 mile per hour winds and gusts that are 35 to 55, and that is about to move into the county over probably between 9 and 10 o'clock. At that point, the winds are really going to crank up. They're really going to become a problem. They're going to really start blowing this snow everywhere. And so, no more snow than we have down right now. If it doesn't snow another flake, it's still going to cause a lot of problems with visibility and with road conditions overnight. So once these winds kick in, they're going to stick around through today, tomorrow. So I guess where we are is I suspect we're still going to make it to 3 inches of snow, but we may not. It wouldn't be the first time one of these is crapped out on us. It seems like they find ways to, no matter how good the setup is, to find a way to not do what they say they're going to do. I guess one good thing about it is, and I guess in this case, if I'm wrong, everybody's wrong, because pretty much everybody ended up coming to the 3 to 6 inches. But at any rate, like I said, we may still make it to the 3 inches. It's going to be really hard to measure. But if we're going to make it there, we're going to have to see some more development, courtesy of that low to the south, and I'm not sure we're going to get that. So, like I said, what I've been saying as we led into this thing, the snow gets all the attention, but it's these conditions that are about to move into here. I mean, last time I checked, we were already down to 10 degrees here in North Anderson, so it's already frigid. We're already below zero with the wind chills. The winds are just now getting ready to really pick up and get going, and that's going to cause its own problems. So as much as we get hung up on snowfall amounts, the conditions are already really bad, and they're going to get worse. And like I said, I expect the county to probably go to a red travel status here pretty soon. So if anything changes, I'll update you. But as it stands right now, reaching 3 inches is looking kind of questionable, as most of the energy is developing off to our east. It happens. It is what it is. Like I said, the dangerous part of this whole storm was and remains the winds the brutal wind chills and the brutal temperatures. So this is Micah Mitchell with Madison County Weather Updates. One more thing. Even as this tries to crap out, there's a second piece of energy that may come through on Saturday and bring us another chance to pick up an inch or an inch and a half of snow. So we'll see how that pans out too. And by then the winds ought to be dying down a little bit, so it'll have a little better chance. So it is what it is. We'll see how this plays out, how things look in the morning. Again, if you have to travel, but don't travel if you don't have to. It's terrible out there. Your yard may not look bad, but the roads are horrible. But if you do, use extreme caution. Don't make anybody have to come and rescue you, because that's putting you both in jeopardy. So this is Micah Mitchell with Madison County Weather Updates. Have a great night.